Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of what-ifery for what if Striker Eureka and Bracer Phoenix, the two Mark V Jaegers from Pacific Rim and Pacific Rim Uprising, switched places. Now, before we start this, I need to set up some ground rules. First off, this does not mean that I'm basically taking the stats of Striker Eureka and putting them into the movie of Pacific Rim Uprising, because that would obviously be unfair, because, you know, in Pacific Rim Uprising, the Jaegers move a lot faster than in Pacific Rim. Like, Pacific Rim, they run 5 kilometers an hour. Pacific Rim Uprising, they run 260 by Saber Athena's standards, and then they fly and shoot rockets out of their elbows, but like in a less awesome way. Yeah. Still good though. I'm getting off topic. Now, it's time. So, first we have to look at the pilots. So, his pilots are Hercule, I'm not pronouncing their last name, and Chuck. Hercule and Chuck are the pilots of Striker Eureka. Now, for Bracer Phoenix, I will not be using the cadets. However, it is stated that the cadets, have relative skill with Bracer Phoenix. So, how do I think Bracer Phoenix would work in Pacific Rim? Now, he would do fairly well, mainly because of his arsenal. The Wrecking Ball, which I am equipping him with, even though technically it came from Titan Redeemer. So, if we're going with the Chain Ball aspect, he would be filling in for Striker Eureka in the battle against Otachi. And to be fair, the pilots would be similarly cautious, but not as cautious due to their lack of experience. So they would most likely charge right in at the first sign of Otachi. Now, if it had the Chain Ball, it would most likely kill Otachi with its Chain Ball, Rocket Arm, heavy duty armor, and the Vortex Cannon. So, this would allow there to be Bracer Phoenix, and there would also be Crimson Typhoon, Cherno Alpha, and Gypsy Danger, all attacking the 3 main kaijus at the exact same time. However, almost certain that Cherno Alpha would die in this situation, along with his pilots. And Crimson Typhoon, Gypsy Danger, and Bracer Phoenix would hold up their fair end of the fight. However, Bracer Phoenix Chain Ball would basically hinder it, and eventually would succumb to its problems and die as well. However, it would have the bomb attached to it because it is the best Jaeger. So, it would blow itself up, and then it would be Gypsy Danger, since it's a walking nuclear reactor, to jump into the Pacific Rim and completely destroy it. So Crimson Typhoon would be the last Jaeger, and it would honestly affect not as much, but it would still affect enough where there's 1 Jaeger left, and then after that, the government sees how effective these are, so they continue with the Mark V program. And then, when they create the Mark V program, they create Striker Eureka. The Striker Eureka and his pilots, I'm going to be using Hank and Chuck in this. Now, how do I think they would work? They would be a lot more cautious with this drone idea. Therefore, I think they would be in their Jaeger, waiting with the other Jaegers for the kaiju hybrids right at the dock. So, the minute they go berserk, they would immediately get destroyed. Now, after that, they would still open up the breach and we would still get the final climactic battle between Mega Kaiju, who would get beat by Godzilla, check out my video, and the Mark 6 and Striker Eureka. However, I think due to their more mature aspect, Titan Redeemer would survive, as well as all, if not all, of the Jaegers. So, instead of it being a 4-on-1 Mega Kaiju, it would be a 6-on Mega Kaiju, meaning that the 3 Kaiju would have to bond much sooner because they would be overwhelmed. And frankly, I think they would kill it. However, I think that Gypsy Avenger and the Jaeger with the whip, God, I can't forget his name because they all look the same. Those two would die, obviously, except the one with the whip would just die because it's like, we got this. I got the power, jump! Splat. Dead. 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 And dead. And then Saber Athena would get crushed because apparently every other Jaeger can withstand a hit from this, but Saber Athena, oh, one hit from the arm. Psh, there goes our legs. Now we've got pierced by a tail. Now we just got thrown into a giant building. What a surprise. Amazing. So Saber Athena's dead. And then Titan Redeemer. He would try his best. I think maybe the pilots of Striker Eureka, either Hank or Chuck, would give him the idea to shove the giant morning star into the kaiju's mouth so it couldn't bite anything. Call this if you guys could see me. Got it? That is pretty intriguing though. So, but when that inevitably fails, and it comes down where it's Striker Eureka, Gypsy Danger, and the other robot that I like, but didn't get a lot of screen time, and we pretty much only saw his foot, which kind of sucks, because he seems kind of awesome. It would be down to those three versus a heavily damaged Mega Kaiju. And out of the three, I think they would have Gypsy Danger intentionally pierce itself on, I think, Gypsy Avenger. They're all going to be destroyed, but they're gonna take out 2 of the brains. Who knows, maybe even 3. And then the creature it has barely any life in it, so Gypsy Danger and Striker Eureka kill it. And those 2 are the final Jaegers left. Anyway, and also, honestly, those things, they were the biggest issue for the movie. Not really the kaiju, which kind of sucks. Though, I'm ranting a little bit too much about the half Jaeger, half kaiju hybrids. So, I'm gonna end this here now. So, I hope you subscribe, you leave a like, and tell me any ideas that you have. Or, if you like this, I would like some support, like saying, oh, good job, keep up the what-ifery. Or, if you really wanted me to go along with this, send in your own fan art of Jaegers and Kaiju. And guess what? I will show them off. Because I guarantee you, there are people who are better at drawing stuff than me. Me and my bad-looking Jaeger. Anyway, that's all for now. Goodbye, random people on the internet.